youtube.com/MayhewMayhem. That's youtube.com/MayhewMayhem.
Hello and welcome to another episode of 30 Minutes of Mayhem. I am your host, my name is Michael Mayhew, and I am here with my co-hosts.
I am Larry. I hail from the YouTube channel Freakout 5000. Ooh. I'm here with the only man that is more homophobic than Eminem.
Fuck you, Larry. Anyway, hey everybody, it's me, Greg, and once again, we are joined by everybody's favorite cum-guzzling butt-fucker.
Oh my god, that was great. Thank you, Greg. I really appreciate it. Hey everybody, I'm Dale.
Remember everybody, 30 Minutes of Mayhem is available on iTunes. All you have to do is search MayhewMayhem. That's MayhewMayhem.
You can also donate to 30 Minutes of Mayhem via PayPal to help us become a better show. Just use the email address in the description. 30minutesofmayhem@gmail.com.
And next time you're on Instagram taking selfies, check out Poking the Fungus Photography. They are responsible for my photo and Larry's photo in the intro. Before we even start this, I want to go ahead and address this because I've been asked quite a few times, where is Ryan? Ryan has a lot of crazy stuff going on in his personal life at the moment, so he is taking some time away from the show. All of us are here for him if he ever needs anything, so you might want to go over and wish Ryan best of luck on social media. But we don't know when he is going to return or if he is going to return. So we're doing our best to continue to move on with the show in his absence, and we appreciate everyone's support, and I know Ryan does too. And for a third week in a row, we have the same guest that we've had the previous 2 weeks, hence the third week in a row, Raven.
Hello.
With this episode, we are going pretty lowbrow. Don't expect too much intellectual conversation. In theory, you should expect to hopefully laugh your ass off. So my first question for this episode is, what is the most awkward situation that you have ever been in?
It may not seem like too... Well, I mean, even though it was one of those things where it had to happen... No, it's not gay sex or anything like that.
Because we all know
just
that
like-
wasn't
sorry.
awkward to you.
Haha. Oh.
The first time was.
It was awkward in a good way.
Ooh. Anyways, so no, it was actually in the process of joining the Navy, and it was when you go through MEPS, and which is a military enlisted processing center, whatever. You go into the doctor or one of the guys that, like, you know, one of the physicists or fucking physician, whatever.
If a physicist is doing to you what you're about to talk about, then you are in the wrong place and you are being fucking raped, okay?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm surprised. I should have. So to check you out to make sure you are fit for joining the military. And one of the things is to go in front of this dude who's sitting on the chair. You turn around, you drop your pants, and you bend over in front of him, and he straight up spreads your ass cheeks and looks at your brown eye.
Prostate exam, I'm assuming.
No, he didn't stick anything up there. Surprise! I was
He
waiting for
tickled it.
So I did feel something kind of wet. No, I'm just kidding.
It was his
So-
tongue.
But I mean, it didn't last too long. But it was still pretty awkward because I've never dealt with that before.
You never had another man stare at your brown?
No, it was a little. I was
Should have been
like,
like, while I got you here, you want to grab a razor and help me out,
Most difficult thing to shave ever would...
right?
I can understand the whole like watching a dude whip out my junk just to watch me pee, to make sure I'm not putting anything in there. But for somebody to stare at my brown eye and actually spread them, yeah, it's a little awkward.
You're just making sure you didn't have worms.
You can't have our soldiers dragging their asses across the
Random
sands of
fucking carpets.
Afghanistan.
It's like, hey, there's a nice shiny carpet here. I'm just going to drag my ass.
I've had a lot of awkward situations in my life, so much so that I'm beginning to think my life is just one big awkward situation. But, I mean, it also doesn't help that I have social anxiety, so that makes things a lot awkwarder. But, I think one of the most awkward moments in my life that ever happened to me was when I was 11. Like, it was like a couple weeks before my birthday, and my family were on vacation in Washington, D.C. We go there, and for the longest time, my family did vacations camping. We decided to like save even more money by like buying a tent. And I mean, it was a nice tent. It was big, spacious. So I mean, it wasn't that bad. But what happened was that one day we were in DC, and I had to get changed because, you know, the tent is so small and that like sometimes two people would have to get changed at the same time. So like we would just turn our backs to each other that way we don't see anything. I ended up having to change with my grandma. Yeah, you can tell where this is beginning to go. I
How
don't
low did
remember.
they hang?
No. I don't
Greg or
remember.
the grandma?
Dealer's choice.
That's a
I don't remember what happened. Like, I don't remember if I dropped something or if I finished changing and I thought grandma was finished changing and I turned around. But I mean, luckily she was facing away from me. But I was scarred because I accidentally saw my grandma's bare ass. And it like I was just like I did not tell her for years. Like I did not, I was like so horrified by it that I didn't end up telling her.
They're like, "I
Uh,
want to go to grandma's house for Christmas." He's like, "Oh God, no, please."
like I didn't even like. And the thing is that I completely forgot about it for the longest time. And then one day I was just eating at Arby's, like
You saw it
with
again, didn't you?
no, I didn't see. Thank God I did not see it again. I mean,
He
I
started
love.
having fucking horror fucking
His
flash.
sandwich reminded him.
Exactly. He's like, it's brown and flabby.
I don't.
See the fucking roast beef sandwich, and he's like, "Oh my God, that reminds me."
Straight fucking war flashbacks.
I just.
He
And I was
now
like,
has
The
PTSD.
sesame seed bun.
it was like 7 years later, and I'm like, Grandma, I'm so sorry, but when we were in DC 7 years ago, I accidentally saw your bare ass when we were changing in the tent. She said she didn't even remember being in the tent with me at that time. Well, at least she has a bad memory. So,
You like opened up in the middle of Arby's and she shot you down.
Well, I don't have too many awkward situations in my life. Like, I've kept myself pretty safe. The most recent awkward situation I found myself in was that I had to rape Mike. That was odd.
Oh, that
oh
was
my
funny.
God.
That was a little bit awkward. In
So-
a good way, though.
A scene from This Is What season 2, first episode. One of her lines was, "It's raping time."
Oh
And
my God.
you remember that, Greg?
Greg was there.
Yes.
Yeah, she had to yell, "It's raping time," and it was fucking funny because I don't think we really prepared you for that line until like the day of, and we're like, "Oh, by the way, this is your biggest line from the episode."
Not only that, but the apartment was still full of people. So, I mean, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that, like, hearing somebody yell, "It's raping time," in your apartment is gonna, like, flip some people's shit.
Oh my God, that shit was funny though. I don't know how we didn't get you properly prepared by telling you that that was the biggest line of the episode, more or less. And it was
Nope, not until I got there.
it was like day of, not too long before we filmed. We were like, "Oh yeah, by the way, you
Uh-huh.
you gotta say it's raping time."
I was worried that somebody
I
was
don't
gonna
have
call
to say it. I had to yell.
somebody was gonna call the cops, and like we have the cops busting in and be like, "Oh my God, I didn't. We're joking. It's a joke."
Oh man, Greg took it over the top with his part when he's like supposed to come in and like pull you away from me.
Oh yeah, it called me a crazy ass rapist.
Oh my God, I
He
remember
fucking screamed it too. It was hilarious.
that was a fun day.
That was great fun. A little bit awkward. When I'm sitting on top of Mike undoing his belt, that was a little
God, I can imagine how awkward that would be. Well, for you, maybe Nick.
Nick was jealous, so I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I can imagine.
Let's hear
Probably
your
my most embarrassing moment is probably back in like middle school. Like 9/11 had just happened. And I walked into my class and saw like a burning building on TV, like not quite sure what happened yet. And I just yell, "We're all gonna fucking die." And like I immediately got like dismissed and sent to the office, and like people started crying.
Aw.
So uninformed and just shits on everyone's day even worse.
Were you being this or like were you joking?
I didn't know what was going on. I'm just like everybody that seemed like they were down. I'm just like, yep, we're all gonna fucking die, and just like everybody started fucking crying, and I got dismissed by my teacher.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
It was like I just remember like I can't remember who told me, but somebody's like, yeah, Larry screamed, "We're all gonna fucking die" or something like that, and he's in the office now. And I was like, what?
I got 10 days out of school.
Wow, lucky.
Wow.
Lucky.
I got expelled like 2 months later, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh, oh man, that
You shouldn't have stole that
wow.
golf cart and robbed that convenience store, man.
Exactly. Even though I fucking dismissed myself from class and went and sat in the principal's office.
The story got so like out of whack. I don't even remember what happened, but like,
I think the finalized story was like I supposedly gave her a heart attack,
oh,
left class. No. Like this is
this
true.
is
Like
this is the telephone version of it, if you will. Like once it got passed through everybody and it got back, this was like the finalized telephone version
this
of
is
what
what
happened.
like people in high school like knew me for. Okay, I was the guy that gave my English teacher a heart attack. Said that I had enough of it. Left class. As I was leaving campus, stole the little police golf cart thing. Went to the convenience store, and then I was getting chased by the little campus police people, and I guess they finally caught me.
What
But-
did you actually do?
I read my English book, got sent out past the dean on the way because she had called the dean to come and get me, but then I like took liberty upon myself to kind of like leave because I refused to leave initially, and I'm like, no, I'm staying here. I'm just not getting book. And then I took it upon myself to leave past the dean on the way, spoke to him, asked him how he was doing. He asked me how I was doing. He went to the classroom. I went and sat in the office, and he come found me and was raising holy hell.
That shit was so fucking like people were like, "Hey, stole a golf cart. He went to the convenience store down the road." And I'm like, "What?" I didn't believe any of it, but I was like, "What the?" And then I was like, "Hang on, you know what? I wouldn't put that past him."
Larry, Grand Theft Auto is not supposed to be a life lesson.
I mean, like, if I'm stealing golf carts in middle school and then I ended up with the fucking master key to my high school, I mean, what does that tell you?
Wow,
I'm
really?
determined for good things in life.
The second topic, because we're keeping it lowbrow tonight, is: have you ever had someone call you or catch you while you're masturbating or having sex? Or have you ever caught someone masturbating or having sex?
There's never been any times where I've been caught because usually I try to be really discreet about it, and my parents don't usually like just barge into my room whenever they want. So I mean, that helps. I have caught my brothers doing it a couple times though. Like one time I knocked on the door and I was just like, "Hey, what are you?" And he like just slid his like laptop shut and like hunches over his lap. He's like, "Get the fuck out of here!" And I'm like, "Oh shit!" And I like just like slammed the door and I'm like, "Oh fuck!"
Sorry, bro.
God damn. So you like go in to ask him a question and he's he's in there trying to take care of business and he just fucking starts screaming at you.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, because like he just like I knock on the door to let him know I'm coming in, but instead of saying anything, because I wait a while, he just ignores me, and I'm like, and I creak open the door a bit, and I'm like, "Can I?" And then he just slams the thing shut and like hunches over and like looks at me and screams, "Get the fuck out!" And I'm just like, "Oh shit!"
That had to have been a fucking awkward ass situation.
Oh god, it is.
How did you face him like after that?
Eye contact was not made the rest of the day.
That's true. I don't
Like-
think we ever did make eye contact for the rest of the day.
Like when was the next time you spoke to him?
Later that day, I mean, he cooled off after a couple hours and like didn't seem to remember it actually. So
You tried to pretend
I'm pretty
it
sure both of
didn't
you
happen.
like felt shame.
well, I don't know. I felt bad that I walked in on him. I was like, "Oh shit! I didn't mean to interrupt your private time."
See, and because of
Oops.
you, he probably couldn't finish.
Right? He was like nervous. He was like wondering if he should just finish or
Is my
like,
door gonna open again? Probably one of the funniest ones that I've like caught somebody while they were like beating their shit. Dale and Mike know him. Dwayne, his little brother.
Oh my god.
Like Like straight up, it's like we're like just chilling in his playing video games, and it's like we start like hearing like moaning coming from the living room. We're just like, what the fuck is going on? We're just like, what's happening? And as soon as we get out into the hall, we start walking down, and we realize there's porn on the TV in the living room. So we start sneaking, and his little brother's just like sitting there fucking going at it. Like he's just sitting there just going to town. Like he's just beating it so bad. Like I'm pretty sure it's not there. And all of a sudden
Like
you
a
hear
redheaded
Dwayne.
stepchild.
You hear Dwayne, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, oh my god, oh my god. He like throws the TV remote on the ground with his hand in his pants and he just runs into his bedroom. Like leaves the porn on and everything and you can hear it. And like the living room's in the middle of the house. The hallway's like not too long. Like there's a bathroom and then his room, but his parents' room is just on the other side of that TV. How the hell did they not hear it? You just hear like chicks like moaning and everything, and his little brother's just beating it in the living room. And Dwayne, what the fuck are you doing? Ah! And he just takes off fucking running to his bedroom on the other side of the damn house.
He was
That was-
actually caught more than once in the living room, wasn't he? Because I'm
Oh
pretty
yeah,
sure
that was the funniest though.
I think Ryan and I were there one time when we caught him.
Oh,
as
his
well.
mom caught him once.
Oh my god, you do not do it in the living room unless you are absolutely 100% sure that nobody is going to be coming home.
I do it all the time.
But anyways,
Just, the living room is just not an option.
lived by yourself, or like,
Oh yeah,
then why get up
This
and go
is
to your
true.
room?
This
You
is
know?
true.
that's
But I mean,
true.
it's a public area. I mean, like you have to share that area like with your guests and stuff. Why would you do that?
Well, they don't know what you do
You
in
don't
there.
know.
But you know, and you're just like, yeah, I spilled some there last time, and you're sitting in it. You know, it's like,
Then you just have a little personal, like joke with yourself, an inside joke,
Yep.
but the inside jokes are only funny if you have at least one other person to share it with. What are you gonna do? And be
There's
like,
more
hey,
than
you
one
just sit in my
person in my head.
splooge?
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah, Raven said there's more than one person in her head. So, all right. So everyone is so far has done that. They've caught someone. So I gotta do being caught because I've never caught anyone. So unfortunately, I don't have that.
I still kind of hate your mom.
Well, I mean, my mom's called me plenty of times when I'm doing it, and I just answer the phone. Not while masturbating, while fucking, and just answer the phone. Because if I don't answer the phone, she'll just continuously call me until I do.
Trust me, I found that out too.
The funniest time that I've ever been caught, I was fucking. Okay, so the position is important. So it's like I don't know exactly what it's called, but it's like the laying down doggy position, right, to where the chick's completely flat, like on her stomach, and you're getting it from the back. That's the position that we're doing, and we're like towards the end of the bed and progressively working our way closer and closer to the end of the bed, to the point to where she can her hands over the end of the bed.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going at it, right? Didn't know my grandfather had come home. So he walks in and he's like, what the fuck? So what do? He scared the shit out of me, for one. For two, so I dismount in the quickest motion, like one motion ever. And when I did, I like pushed her forward, so she took a header off the end of the bed, face first into my floor.
Flips over, spread eagle, it's over.
So I dismount from her, push her, she takes a header straight into the fucking floor. And because like I dismounted, I went back and like off to my left. It was close enough to the edge of the bed on that side to where I fell off the bed on that side. And like went to where like I was almost like in a ball, to where like my legs were still on the bed, but like the rest of my body was off of the bed, the desk there. So I slammed that fucking desk with my head in the process. I could still like picture her taking a header into the fucking floor.
You painted a really good word picture. Thank you.
I guess you could say mine was getting caught, but nobody confronted me about it until afterwards. Like, nobody was just like, be like, what the fuck? And, there I am, like, pulling up my pants or, hunching over, slapping my laptop. My thing was, I don't know, I was young. Probably like, 14, 15, whatever. About the time you experience and finally figured out what masturbation is. I was staying at a friend's house and whatever, and I was on the couch in the living room. He was at his room, I guess, like that or whatever. I'm decided, nobody's here, whatever. I'm just gonna go ahead and rub one out. So, and I think he lived with his grandparents. So eventually, I guess, I don't know if I was making too much noise. I don't really remember, but I guess the grandmother caught me, or at least seen or something like that, but she didn't confront me. So I guess when my dad came to pick me up, I guess she told him that like I just go home, not think of anything of it. A couple nights later, he comes in. I forget how it all started, but it basically pretty much started with the whole like birds and the bees talk to me. I forget what happened. He was like, "Hey, come with me real quick. I'm gonna let's go like clean up this or whatever." So, and I remember sitting on the golf cart with him just talking about this crap. I'm like, "What's going on?" He's like, "Oh, by the way, it's you masturbating." I was like, "Oh."
So you getting caught jerking off at your friend's house resulted in your dad giving you the birds and bees talk.
Yes. It was like after the conversation was over, he's like, "Oh, by the way, so and so caught you masturbating." I was like, "Oh."
Mine's pretty lame. Every parent has the same story that I'm about to tell you. When my daughter was really little, she used to sleepwalk a lot. And I don't know if maybe I was just making too much noise with my or whatever, but she'd always, it was uncanny, almost always, just crawl out of her bed and walk into my room. And I wouldn't even know she's standing there. Usually, it was my boyfriend that noticed she was standing there, and he would jump out of his skin because he thought he saw a ghost. Yeah, that's kind of unnerving when you look over and there's a little child standing there watching you get busy. But the good thing about it all is she was asleep. She was sleepwalking. So I don't think she remembers anything. I hope not.
It's on.
But yeah,
She's sleeping.
every parent has that story.
Okay, so last topic, Larry. Are you going to be able to swing this last topic?
No, I'm about to disembark. I have to go and take a shower and get ready for work.
Sorry to see you go, Larry.
I don't think I am. I don't. Yeah, whatever. I don't think you are. After the opening, good there.
You're right, I fucking hate you. Go die.
What the fuck? Because this entire episode has been nothing but low-brow, slight comedic stuff. We've pretty much talked a whole lot about awkward situations and sex. What is the worst porn you have ever seen? I mean, it could even be hilarious for all I care, but what is like the least beating your dick, flicking your bean type stuff you have ever seen?
The worst porn I've ever seen, I was actually laughing my ass off to it, and I don't know why I started watching it. Only because to, I guess, experience it to see how if it would do anything for me. Come to find out it did, it just made me laugh. This isn't like one particular like video I seen. This is like the category, and it's midget porn. Just watching
Oh.
two little people just go at it. Oh my god.
They're like squirrels.
Well, it's funny because this one dude comes in, and he's fucking 3 foot tall, and he's like, "Yeah, baby."
So it was two little people, or was it like
straight up like little dude and little chick?
It was my parents.
Oh my god. So what? Because they were little people, you found it fucking hilarious?
I don't know. It was just a guess.
sensitive bastard.
Yes, it's because they were little. It was so funny. Like, oh my god, it was just fucking hilarious. Like the way he was just going at it from behind. It was just like he was trying but couldn't. It almost looked like a dog. I have no problem with little people.
I have one. It's more of a letdown. I have to give like a little bit of a backstory. So when I moved into this house, my brother kind of lived here too, like part-time. He usually would stay somewhere else, but all of his shit was in my basement. And he always bragged that he had this porn stash down there, right? So a friend of mine came over, and her and I went on a search for the porn, because we were just gonna watch some porn, right? Because that's what you do. Anyway, we looked everywhere. We couldn't really find anything, but we did find this one unmarked VHS tape with no cover. The smart person that I am, I made her watch a few minutes of it first so that I knew it wasn't my brother on the tape. And it wasn't, so we sat down and watched this porn. And it doesn't even qualify as porn. It made me mad. It really did. Because every once in a while you'd get a shot of like the back of her head or the guy's hairy back or some shit. But the whole porn, 90% of the porn, was watching their shadows fuck. The sunlight was casting shadows on, and you got to watch the shadows fucking. That was the whole porn.
It's artistic, but it defeats the purpose of pornography.
Exactly. I'm still mad about it.
She's like, I'm still, to this day, like, every time I see shadows, I'm just
I get
pissed.
Like, this is supposed to get me off? Really? And then I yelled at my brother when I finally did see him after that. I'm like, what the fuck is this? your mysterious, wonderful, huge porn stash?
First off, I
I'm so mad.
just want to know who like brags about a porn stash. Well, unless it's a different. I said I want to know who brags about a porn stash, unless it's a different definition of porn stash. Unless somebody has like a Ron Jeremy Dirt Squirrel mustache and they want to like brag about that, then I could totally understand. Because if I could grow a Ron Jeremy Dirt Squirrel mustache, I'd brag about it too.
You know, I had one, but then like another one just popped into my head. So it's like, I think, because like there are some times where I just discover ones and like I know for a fact, like just reading about it, I'm like, this is good, awful, but I'm gonna watch it anyway to laugh my ass off at it. The two worst porns I've ever seen were porn parodies. I told you guys about this, but the Dark Knight one. If
Don't
you
recall
have
that.
not seen that, look it up and just laugh your ass off at it because it's like
What's it called?
it's just Google Dark Knight I don't
Porn
remember. I think it
parody.
was
That should find it, yeah.
and it was so awful. Like everything about it was awful. Like the only cool thing about it was that like they actually spent like good money on making like an actual kick-ass Batman suit. But I mean that was about the only good thing. Like everything else was like absolutely horribly lame. And the other one, and you probably don't even know this exists, and I am so sorry that I have to reveal to you that this exists. And yes, it's not animated, it's live action, but the American Dad one.
Oh my god! I didn't know that exists.
Yeah, it exists, and it is one of the worst things I have ever seen in my hilarious, but it's just like the suit they make for the guy who's supposed to be playing Roger is just so hilariously like just retarded, and the guy who's supposed to be like playing him does like the absolute worst impression of Roger ever.
I'm gonna have to look that one up because I did not know that exists.
I just laughed my ass off at it because it's like, okay, on the one hand, I know it's supposed to be funny, but I'm laughing at it for the reason it's supposed to be laughed at for.
I'm gonna have to go something along the lines of a combination between what Greg said and what Dale said. There is a Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs porno. Probably more.
Oh yeah,
Probably more than one, but the one I seen was a straight up gangbang with Snow White getting fucked by 7 little people.
Wow.
It was like a Sasha Grey special, but with little dudes, 7 little guys and 1 chick. The little guys were dressed up like the 7 dwarves. Obviously, she was dressed like Snow White, and it ended up in a fuck fest.
Wow.
If you have never taken time to see that, I would suggest it.
well, I know what I'm doing after this.
Oh, it wasn't.
Going to whack it to
Great.
Snow White.
And don't forget to check us out on iTunes. Donate to us on PayPal, please. We would be so very grateful. We want to be a better show. We want to have better equipment. The only one of us that is not broke is Dale, and he refuses to bust out his credit card. Links to all of this is in the description. Also, do not forget to check out Poking the Fungus Photography on Instagram. You guys just need to get over there and check him out. Great pictures. Not kidding. Wouldn't have went there to get my pictures done if she wasn't good at what she does. Links to everyone's Twitter handles, they're in the description. And go ahead and check out Ryan's there. Go to Ryan's and tweet at him and wish him the best of luck for everything that has going on. He is going through some tough times right now. So that does it for another episode of 30 Minutes of Mayhem. I have been your host. My name is Michael Mayhew, and I have been here with my co-hosts. Well, Larry, but he had to go early, so...
Greg.
And Dale.
Woo! And Raven has been our guest for yet another week in a row. So thank you, Raven, again for coming on.
No problem.
Thank you, Raven.
Yeah, thanks, Rave.
Okay.
I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and later, fellas.